cool.
Starting the
Come
stream.
No, I'm just joking. But welcome everybody back to Fate Eternal Wait. And what an eternal wait it has been. No, it hasn't. It's been like a week. But last session we all the party managed to do some digging. Quite a bit of digging. On various different counts, learning what the presence of the church was in Manhattan, getting to know a bit more about the Cascadas, Barrel Goot giving them some very good information on both masters, finding out about a upcoming bank heist, and, well, now coming face to face with the Don of the area, Alphonse Roberto Cascata. And Katya was just having a in and out firearms deal when she ran into Jack Lucas, otherwise known as Jay.
Hey.
Both of them very confused as to why the other is there right at this given moment. However, that's not where we will start today's session.
Dun 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 dun. Meanwhile.
Meanwhile. I'm going to go and bring us over to the back of the bookstore. So everyone will have kind of like essentially cleared out of the bookstore, kind of leaving Leon to his own devices, basically. Marvin going off to the club with Barrel. What a fucking sentence. But Leon would basically be left on his lonesome. Well, not really by his lonesome. Ryder would materialize and just kind of be like sort of looking around the place. Master, we're not really going to be staying here, right?
Well, we're not staying here doing nothing, if that's what you're wondering.
Well, no, what I'm wondering is, am I going to be expected to watch you sleep in such a dingy abode?
Well, I mean, it's either this, or, get some really overpriced hotels down the street. Either way, regardless of which location we're picking for the night, after we're done with this whole, mobster business, thingy, we have a bit of a procedure, as you may recall, in order to make sure that the place is clear. He kind of will stand up from the sofa. He looks around to the left, looks to the right, and then closes his eyes for a second, and will activate his mystical vision to activate detect magic.
So you kind of trace your surroundings to try to like detect any sort of magic circuits. Roll me an Arcana check.
Sure. I will roll you Arcana. If only I had expertise. That's dope.
Wow. Okay. You kind of detect is this entire place seems to have some sort of like old-fashioned, like bounded field. Kind of more like a scaffolding, really. Very much, you've seen this sort of thing before. It's like basically a bounded field that's been since taken down, but not fully. It is a pain to take them down after all, and you do know that this place does belong to a mage, so you can imagine that maybe this entire place used to be his workshop, but is now defunct. Other than that, though, you don't really detect any active mana signatures, unless you start the like. Are you gonna be like checking like every nook and cranny?
Yeah, the same thing
Yeah.
we did with the other hotel room back at London, where Leon is just looking around, seeing if he finds like any magical traps, divination sensors, familiars. You know, maybe fucking direct access to the route. I don't know. Like he's just looking around to see if he finds anything that doesn't quite seem, right.
Okay. In that case, question. Okay, so the meeting is meant to be at 11, which means that it would actually be part of this section. You can choose to kind of just like, spend some time looking at it like thoroughly but not entirely, or you can choose to skip out on the sit down that Jay mentioned with the gangsters and receive a +10 to your check.
I thought that when Marvin and Beryl left, it was still like an hour or two before 11.
Yes. It is still an hour or two before 11, but of course, this place has a lot of junk basically lying around. So there are a lot of if you're checking every nook and cranny, there are a lot of nooks and a lot of crannies. Not sure if that's how you'd use those words, but
we'll say I understood. What's it called? I mean, would it only be possible then to just maybe like an hour or so of looking around?
Yeah. If you're gonna spend your entire hour doing that, I'll say that you'll have a +2 to the check.
Okay. What type of check am I
only
doing?
Investigation.
Investigation. I will do investigation. Well.
Nat 20.
All right.
That's
well,
29.
Yeah. Thankfully, for some fucking reason, you just decide. Even though you're looking for bounded fields and scrying sensors, for some reason, your instinct immediately drives you to like, what about the middle couch cushion? You lift it up and you see an active scrying sensor.
Well.
Like basically immediately, and I will say that because of that nat 20, it does you found it immediately. It doesn't expend that hour.
Cool. What's it called? Leon looks like, I'm guessing the way it works is that he like stands up from the couch, he activates the mystical vision, and then it's like, well, let's start with the closest spot, and he just immediately lifts up the couch cushion. He's like, I think I found it. Well,
you're aware that these scrying sensors, essentially how scrying works in the Nasuverse is essentially the classic sort of look through a crystal ball and observe through like different anchor points. Usually it's anchored towards people by like laying some sort of sensor on them, but it can also be like a point in time. These obviously there's no real way to record anything, so you're not under constant surveillance, but if whoever pays the scrying sensor here was to look through the crystal ball, they would essentially get a 360 view of the room originating from that point.
What's it called? He kind of scratches the back of his head and looks over at the writer and says, "Writer, did the Grail impart with you knowledge of modern day sayings or expressions?"
Well, a limited amount, I suppose, so as to not let us become culture shocked, but...
Well, have you heard of the one that says when someone's keeping like a close eye on someone, that someone can't fart without them catching the whiff? I think this person took it very literally. So...
Ryder looks at you with like an expression that just goes, What the fuck are you talking about?
He looks over at divination sensor, rants, and he obviously I probably can't tell who placed this here.
No, you wouldn't be.
Yeah, Leon's initial guess is Beryl, cause he was the one in this room first. But he doesn't like this being here. He will just damn bitch live like this, basically. He's going to look over.
That Tedma voice.
I don't have the spell magic, but I will try to make this argument that then you're gonna tell me if I can do this or not. Obviously I can't dispel it, but can I in any way alter it in such a way that it, I don't know, gives like a false loop, like false information?
Okay. Let me see. So, even taking down like a basic bounded field has been shown to be like difficult, even for like a prodigy like Rintosaka. This is kind of more specific than a general bounded field, and therefore would be more robust in terms of like taking it down. However, I will allow you to roll me an Arcana to see if you can kind of figure it out.
I will try. Actually, 1 second. Give me a second while I check something.
You better not teach him Gen Alpha lingo, Vortielite, I swear to Christ.
We already had our issue with pumpkin spice in this guy, man.
You cast presentation doesn't deal damage, even one that is not on a Warmage. Can I use this to cast guidance?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make you 2 Arcana checks. The first one is to see if guidance goes through. Which it does.
Well, hey, how do you flavor guidance?
So basically, the way precipitation kind of just allows you to create a harmless sensory effects, basically. At least the way that I understood it. Sparks, puff of wind, musical notes, strange smells, light or snuff out of light, whatever the fuck. I'm guessing the way that this would work when replicating the effects of guidance is that when Leon snaps his fingers to activate precipitation, it would make like this what's it called, sort of sensory effect that kind of looks like a square, that it's like a crystal panel that creates like a sight on it, to kind of effectively act as a what the fuck is the name of this item? Like a
Monocle?
Not a monocle,
magnifying glass?
Spyglass. Magnifying glass, there we go. I forgot the word in English.
Okay.
Effectively acts as a magnifying glass of sorts.
Okay.
For the purposes of guidance.
And now roll me that Arcana.
And now we'll roll the Arcana with guidance.
Oh!
4.
Yeah, so you actually do figure out how to sort of, without actually doing any damage to the scrying sensor, essentially create that sort of loop in it. It's more like it's just like a static image that you can create by just modifying how the scrying sensor works. So it's not perfect, and whoever looks at it, if they investigate it for any moment, any modicum of time, they will probably be able to know that something has gone wrong. But at the very least, you know that this is going to put a damper on whoever set this up.
Okay. So yeah, the objective is just to fuck up the thing without making it too overt that I've deactivated.
Okay.
Because I feel like people would know.
Yeah.
Also, welcome to the stream, Clip Dragon. what's it called? That's Bach, by the way, y'all. I've told you about Bach.
Oh shit!
Uh,
Hey, what's up, Bachman?
Hey!
Hey.
What's it called?
We know you.
Threatening.
Free
person.
shout out!
What's it called? So, after doing that, Leon's is gonna put the cushion back in. Just carry him, Jericho. He's gonna put the thing back on top of the couch, and he's gonna sort of like, just kind of do like this very exaggerated sort of like stretch of like, yeah, that took a lot out of me, we worked on it for so long, y'all. And he's going to look over at Ryder and say, well, that took care of that, at the very least. Now, we can do whatever. And don't worry, Ryder, we don't need to stay in this place for the time being, I think.
You took care of that quite swiftly, I must say. I didn't expect that from you. I hope you do not take offense from that. It's just that even the priests from my temple would have difficulty dealing with a scrying sensor.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, Ryder. Despite me being pretty good at what I do, a lot of this just kind of comes down to luck. I could have went a lot bad.
True enough. I would have, if things had not gone quite well, I would have volunteered to try to destroy it with my magic resistance skill. But I suppose that would have been a bit too, how do you describe it? Flashy?
Well, we don't want to make it seem too obvious that we found out the thing. What's it called? Even though they can probably hear us through this. But the point is that, well, whoever set this up, if it was Beryl, well, then it sucks to be him. If it was somebody else, then it sucks to be them as well. I'm going to go out on my limb and give the benefit of the doubt to Beryl that this was probably set up by somebody else other than him, considering that we know that he uses curses, which don't act the same as regular magecraft.
Very true. I would imagine that someone of his ilk would have sent a familiar instead of a scrying sensor.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, have you checked for spiders? I hear that curse users tend to enjoy using those as familiars.
I mean...
Just like an unassuming rat in the end of the corner of the room.
He looks around. He just kind of looks over his shoulder to like the corners of the room, because that's usually where spiders put their webs.
There are actually a few cobwebs, but you're not entirely sure it's a spider per se. Like there's not. It doesn't seem to be like a spider watching you. But
you know what? I feel like if we stop to kill every vermin that we come across in New York, we're going to be here for a while, Ryder. So let's just. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that probably not. There's probably not any spiders around. Hopefully. And if we run into particularly big spiders, right? Well, that's.
I shall destroy them without a moment's notice. Yes.
I wouldn't expect anything less, Ryder. Thank you. Now, with this out of the way, I think it's about time we start getting ready to meet up with the other people back at that meeting that they're having with the Cascadas.
Very well. I will remain in spirit form until you need me. I will leave the rest up to you.
Thank you, Ryder. Though, of course, watch out for anything that suspicious that may come our way.
Of course. As he'll return to spirit form. I will ask you, Leon, how are you gonna get to the dockyard? Through by walking, by subway, or by taxi?
Are we even within relative walking distance of that fucking place?
Fuck no, you're in New York.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, fuck.
You could take your ass. You could take your sweet ass time if you wanted. Like,
Like,
Yeah,
I
take
feel-
your Lamborghinis over
or
there.
I guess you could also ask like Riot to like
Fly me over there.
stealthily like carry you like across.
To fly me over there. I mean, as fun as that would be, there's every chance in the world that we're gonna be seen in a city with like 1 million people. So, probably make it low key, but not too low key to go on foot. Fuck it, we're calling a cab or something. And just,
Remember, New Yorkers don't look up.
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe.
Unless
but,
they're
like,
in like an apartment.
yeah. What's it
Fuck
called?
on tourists in this at all times though.
So we'll just pay a cab. We'll drop in like an extra $3 to be like, hey, don't tell anybody you drove me here.
The driver would probably. What kind of person do I look like to you, sir? It's like at least $5. Come on.
Okay. $5, don't tell anybody you drove me here.
Alright, sure. What's it called? Roll me a D100.
Okay.
And
Jesus.
okay.
That would have been a good divine intervention.
It would have been a good divine intervention.
Wait, it's
but
the same
unfortunately,
number! It's the same number I rolled for
yeah.
divine intervention.
Yeah, unfortunately. I'm gonna just resolve this pretty quickly. Because this isn't a particularly a random encounter. It's just that you get stuck in really, really, really bad traffic. There's just a gridlock, basically. Like, for some reason, in this part of New York, at this part of the night, of all fucking times, you basically, eventually, you start, moving pretty quickly, and, you're, around halfway until you spend, a few minutes, and you realize that you're just not moving.
I think Leon would be eyeing the meter and just seeing it tick up every few minutes and having just sweating bullets.
It's not even a few minutes. It's every 30 seconds.
Yeah.
What I've seen for taxis.
So
sometimes.
unfortunately you're going to be late to this meeting. But
Fashionably so.
fashionably so. Yeah, since you're all over the car arms and people screaming at each other. Oh yeah, for fucking sure. Actually, yeah, considering where you're considering where you're what you're used to, holy shit, this is the worst thing in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I hate remembering my first experience in stuck in New York traffic. It's the worst thing in the world if you're not used to it.
Yeah. New York traffic, the worst traffic in America. Second only to Atlanta's a close second. Because, oh lord.
Me as a person, the player is used to shitty traffic over here in Tijuana.
Yeah.
Because that's just the norm over here.
Yeah. But yeah. So we're going to cut back to Katya and Jay both saying under their breaths at the same time, "What the fuck are you doing here?"
it's literally just internally with Jay, it's internally what the frick are you doing here? But keeping his composure.
What are you doing here? I thought we were meeting up at the docks an hour later.
I was going to scope it out, but I didn't expect you to be here.
I didn't expect you to be here.
Anyways, they expected me, so I gotta play. So I gotta play a part. So
something the matter, Mr. Lucas? And Madame?
Oh, just I met this individual at the theater today. Well, it's so small, isn't it?
yeah, small world.
Well, yeah. The Big Apple tends to be... Well, it's quite big, but you tend to see a lot of familiar faces. I suppose that's fair enough.
I've got the... Ain't that the truth?
Well, I do recall that our meeting was supposed to be a little bit later, Mr. Lucas. Why might you be here at this hour?
I want to see... I want to get a little bit familiar. I want to familiarize myself with the area a little bit. Just to get lay of land and such. Hope that's alright with you.
Well, if I didn't already know a description of you, you might have just as well been shot. Just be careful around our turf. I don't want to get anybody unnecessarily hurt.
No trouble, on me. No trouble at all. Donkascata, I presume?
Please, you can call me Alphonse or Roberto. I don't mind which one's used.
Well,
I hear that you've been looking to make some connections. Lucky for you, I'm always looking out for enterprising business partners.
Yeah. That's... Well, your boys were quite the, quite the socialite sites. I heard about you. Heard about y'all through the grapevine. Figured, going up to New York, might as well make some friends. Make a little scratch here and there.
Say, I do have a question for you, if you don't mind me asking.
Answer. What's up? What's on your mind?
How exactly you related to old Frankie boy? You know, I met him a while back. Used to work under Bumpy Johnson. So I met him a few times. I don't seem to recall him mentioning any Jack.
Uncle on my mom's side. She's back in South Carolina. From South Carolina. She didn't really keep much tabs. Well, till the funeral happened 4 years ago.
Suppose you like to keep your family outside of the business. Speaking of which, I'm sure my boys have already told you, but I'm sure you're not hoping to sell any illicit materials here, because not for nothing, we don't do that no more.
And like I told your boys, that was my uncle's game. Never really much got into that racket.
Good. And boy, come closer. Let me have a good look at your face.
Yeah. Jay's work with with stage makeup be doing of justice.
Yep. Kind of, you got closer. You kind of like see his his horse kind of walk up to you and kind of do essentially the horse gets up to you and starts sniffing your face.
Jay's used this because I actually worked on a farm for a summer, so I'm used to big animals.
Yeah. Alphonse kind of raises an eyebrow and says, Alright. Well, Mr. Lucas, what exactly you plan to get out of this? Let me tell you something. You sound and look like the type of guy who knows exactly what he's doing. But you also don't touch me as the type of guy who has actually been in the life.
No. Well, ain't off the. Well, I ain't been much for Omerite, given my background, of course, but I've been around the block a few times down south. That's the thing with folks. But most folks about me, easier to underestimate.
Now, I just want to know that you know exactly what you're getting into. Because I don't like selling people short. Every one of the men that I've made knew exactly what they were getting into. No pretenses, no idealized idea of a gangster's paradise, or what have you.
Men spend most of their
Everyone knows exactly what they're getting into, and I hope that you do as well. Because if you're the type of guy who prefers to live an easy life, which, let me tell you, that's what I'm getting from you. And I've seen a lot of people in my past. If you're the type of guy who might ever want to lay down and retire and hang up those guns for good, this life ain't for you. And I don't mean no disrespect by that.
Oh, none taken, Alphonse. No, none taken. But old saying goes, especially this line of work. Look, the way I see it, good. This career, short life and a married one.
Well, you sound a lot like a person I know. Likes that saying a lot herself. But, alright. Well, I suppose there's no need beating around the bush. Unless you would like to wait for the allotted time.
Well, getting to see you face to face is an honor, Alphonse. Now, second reason I was coming down here early, I want to. Now, seeing as you're here, makes things more direct. I was gonna ask if I could if it was alright if I bring like associate of mine I met a little bit after landing, and just get more acquainted into the business, into your business.
Ain't nothing wrong with running with your own crew. I'd be happy to meet them.
Dang it! Like Jericho. Like now it seems like a little bit. Okay, how we going? Okay, so we somewhat. Okay, so tax failed successfully. So we allowed to bring new peoples. Jay don't know Leon took the cab already. Yeah. So that's gonna be an issue. And well, Katya's came earlier than expected, so that's out of the question too. So So yeah. But, getting down to brass tacks, huh? It's a little bit,
Remember, Ivan also flaked.
Yeah, well, Jay don't know that. He didn't check his phone.
Mm.
He didn't check his phone getting in here, because he's undercover right now. And you were supposed to be, la distraction. So. Nah, I heard through the grapevine a bit, some, don't know if it's you specifically, or folks under you, but I here's some folks been knocking over banks.
Kind of, yeah, like he kind of chuckles, but says, "Oh, through the grapevine, eh? And what makes you think that would be associated with my operation? That's not exactly a mobster's MO, is it?"
Well, like you said, you're going back to old ways, and I had heard through the street. Kept my ear to the ground a little bit. Folks with Tommy guns shooting up banks from Alphabet Square down here.
Well, if you're trying to make business with me, and I know that you are now, either we wait for your boys, or we get straight to the meat and potatoes of the thing. I'll let you know now, at the very least, that those little operations do have something for the little favor I'd ask of you, so we can get properly acquainted.
Sounds about right. Well, we'll wait for a probator hour then, Alphonse. I'll get my boys and see if we can do things proper like.
Okay. And Katya,
Yep.
what's your passive perception?
13.
Okay, would you like to make a perception check?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
If I'm stealthing, then yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Perception.
Ooh, okay. Well, you beat everyone's stealth. You will actually see there are 3 snipers up in the crates and up on the crane, who are all trained on Jay.
Good to know.
Yeah, Jay, you don't see them. But with that 90 perception, yeah.
I
But
know who to take aim for.
what was 17 passive? Would Jay have noticed shenaniganry?
Actually, if with a 17, I'll say he would have seen this guy up here.
The one on the right, you say?
The one up top.
Okay, one at top. Alrighty then. So yeah. So yeah, like Jay with his former military training. Like, here's the thing. When you're scouting out areas, people usually naturally who read over here, people usually look left to right when you're reading stuff.
Mhm.
However, in the military, they train you to look right to left, because that's how you get out of your blind spots.
Mhm.
So, Jay, subconsciously with his military training, and let's see, 3:15, 3:15, Tango on a crate. Tango on a crate.
Yeah.
Might be in his mind, keeping tabs on snipers. So, friggin' Caster, he hears that in his head,
Okay.
in Jay's head, and Jay's like, "What? You can let your boys know. I just came for a business deal. Parlay is all.
Oh,
No.
don't worry about my boys. They're just acting as spotters. Not for nothing, but, well, I guess I can tell you this. It's all for show. Kind of like leading in, says, those rifles in them, it's all blanks.
Almost had me going there. Almost had me going there.
Oh, don't worry. They're just, doing their job, looking out for, my boys. They were they were stationed there, for the, other lady who came before you, but, were you? You got nothing to worry about. And you can roll me
Insight
that
check.
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll me that insight check.
13.
13.
Oh, good!
Are they really blanks? Or are they really just like, hey yo? Cause like this is the Don.
Yeah, like,
This is the Don.
despite the fact that he's the Don, you know, like so far he's kind of proven himself to be a very like conscientious like businessman. Like really like he's very much like the stereotypical romanticized mobster in the way he's like held himself up and how he's like he seems to be like genuinely concerned for your well-being, you know, for like, you know, wanting to join the mob. As far as you can tell, like, you know, based on this guy's track record, he's probably telling the truth, actually.
Yeah, but back in Jay's body, he's like, trust but verify, even though man's acting like Don Corleone over here.
And,
what shit? So yeah, waiting on Leon for the
While
appointed
you all-
hour.
So yeah, while you all wait,
And Jay lets them know, hey yo, at the docks, there's an old boat. Ring the chain so they don't shoot you. I let them know.
at the docks, Marvin, you arrive. Just kind of like, you know, like cuts back to like just like, burp, burp, keep it moving, asshole! To get your big ass truck out the way, asshole!
People know to say anything else other than asshole.
So
Just-
where?
You'd come
Go
in from
ahead.
the right.
From the right. All right.
Meanwhile, Jay offers the Don like a cigar if he wishes.
Yeah. He kind of says, oh, that's mighty kind of you, but don't worry, I have my own brand. As he takes out from his like big like fur coat, like very much like very old school cigar. I don't know too much about cigars, but like, you know, like very like this is from like the 1800s sort of like make.
It's nice.
Did Jay let us know what was going on at the docks?
Jay, all Jay said was, we having to sit down 11 o'clock. Y'alls are gonna be my crew.
Yeah,
Cool.
but did
You
he
gonna
tell
talk
the
with the
location?
mobster? He would have, like, around, I'd say, like, around, like, say, 10:45, he would have said, hey, yo, so they don't shoot you, go to the old boat right before the docks, ring the chain so they don't shoot you, so they know you with me.
Right, so Marvin would do that.
Yeah.
And also, give me your gangster name or your gangster alias that you going with, so I know who yous are.
Right,
And
that fucking house.
What's it called? Alphonse kind of says, your crew looking a mighty bit, small there, Lucas.
It's not. Some of the guys, some of my old guys from Baton Rouge, they got pinched, but I made some friends. I made a few friends abroad.
As you say a few friends, you kind of like, look behind you and see it's one fucking person. Where's Leon?
Yeah, where the frick is Leon? Jay kind of looking in the messages like, Ivan, he skipped. Friggin' Leon, he's in traffic.
Yeah, traffic ass will be late.
So, yeah, Marvin would say, so, yeah, I presume Cleos is back, right? I hope so.
Leon
Yeah.
would he be with you?
I would say to stay back for now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
in that
just in
like,
case.
Like, when you say stay back, like, Cleos, like, like, says, like, like, are you sure? I mean, when you, like, reassure him, he just kind of, like, walks over, and just kind of, like, walks over to, like, Saber, who's just been, like, sitting, like, on, like, the fucking motorbike, just kind of looks up at him. Your master told you to stay back too, huh? Yes. Your master told you as well? Yes. Well, if you'll, is this, kind of pointing just, like, to, like, a point on, like, the fucking pavement. Is this spot taken? By all means. He just kind of, like, sits down with, like, a big sort of, like, boom.
Also, with a passive of 18, what would I see?
With a passive 18, you would see the sniper up top, yes.
Alright, so Marvin would say, yes, Jack. The other person is a bit late, but we both know you have enough on me. As he walks in and whispers in Jay's ear, also there is a sniper up top.
Jay kind of nods like he already know, like he knows. Friggin' A. Well, New York traffic. What are you gonna do?
You must be Mr. Cascada, right?
Alphonse Roberto Cascada at your service, sir.
Call me fat fuck.
Well, I mean, I don't want to particularly be rude to you, sir.
It's a name. I hope that people around here would have heard from it. Especially someone with your status.
Oh god, Marvin's gonna get the group shot, isn't he?
Yeah, you do see him, like, narrow his eyes at you, but otherwise say, well, I guess the fact that we've only recently consolidated our power means that we might have missed a few spots. But are we doing business now, or are we waiting for your guy? I don't quite have too much time to spare. I'm only here for a limited amount of time.
That's Jack's call.
Jake. Jay kind of like gets on the horn with Leon like a few steps away. Like, excuse me one second, and he's gonna call up Leon like, what? Hey, the meat. Why didn't you come? Hey, I told you I was gonna pick. I told you I was gonna pick y'all up. What? Why the hell you taking a cab? Why the hell y'all taking a cab? How long you gonna take? Leon?
Not sure. Traffic looking pretty bad over here. I don't really have an estimate here. And also, come on. There was a lot of time before the meeting. I thought I had enough time to get there if I took a cab. I guess I might have been wrong.
Eat shit, asshole!
And that's the third time I hear that word today. Right. I'll say, give me like 20 minutes probably, maybe 15. Don't worry, I should be there in enough time.
Well,
Does Leon check Google Maps to see how long it takes?
here's the thing, it won't count for like traffic that much.
It won't account for traffic, no. It is actually like 10 minutes away, but you haven't moved in the last 20.
Like, let's see. Look. The Don is only gonna be here for a short amount of time, so I'ma ask. Also, we got a meeting with the Don, so yeah. You're on your P's and Q's.
Well, stall him, I guess. You're good at that.
Yeah, he's just. Yeah, but alrighty. Look, if you're not here until. Look, I'm gonna see if I can give you 20 minutes. If you're not here in 20 minutes, we're gonna fill you in later, alright?
Sure. Again, I'll try to go as fast as I can. I may need to actually just step out the cab and run the rest of the way.
Alrighty. Well, buddy of mine from Madrid, it's gonna be about 20 or so minutes back in traffic. I told him I was gonna get a car for him. But
kind of looks at his guy over here, and the guy kind of like checks this watch, looks up at Alphonse and just kind of like nods his head. I suppose it's cutting it a bit close, but we can wait 20 minutes. By the way, fat fuck, get a little closer so I can see your face.
See, nobody would steal a name like that.
You kind of like you see the horse like start to sniff you. Like Jay, you've seen this. Like the horse kind of like sniffs you, and well, Alphonse kind of you kind of hear in your mind, Marvin, through like telepathy. Does your boss know?
Know what?
That you're a mage.
Listen, the best way to hunt them is to be one of them.
I suppose that's true.
That's
But-
why I said that I presumed you would have heard of my name. You don't believe me? I can pull out a lot of bounties.
That don't exactly put a lot of trust in me.
Marvin's gotta get the group shot.
Mages. I make them myself. Every time someone orders me to hunt them, take a nice picture to confirm, to make one for myself.
Now, I'm aware I sound like a hypocrite when I say this, but mage hunting types ain't exactly the most trustworthy. Usually it just means that they're the worst of the worst, and get something out of getting rid of the unwanted. I've seen enforcers, I've met enforcers, and I've killed enforcers, boy. How do I know you're not one of a dime a dozen?
I can, with all honesty, say that I never go back on my word.
Heard that line before, boy.
Can be. But if I go back on my word, I don't trust myself.
Well, fine. We'll see how this goes for now. But you didn't answer my original question. Does your boss know?
Yes. I am honest about these things.
Jay, you've just kind of been seeing these two like stare each other down for the past like 3 minutes.
Like Jay, like he kind of got the impression like, oh wait, maybe they doing the psychic link shenaniganry too. Wait, can you do psychic links with other people's? Question mark.
Alphonse kind of says, and as for you, Mr. Lucas, I'm surprised you got some dormant magic circuits in you. I didn't say nothing because I didn't think you'd know, but your boy here's just confirmed to me that you're a bit initiated in the Moonlit world.
I did a little bit of dabbling. Did a little bit of dabbling here and there. Heard a few things, and well, stuff that most folks don't know. Most regular folks don't know. You the types? Most of y'all back in the day, you'd be hunting down some unruly mages going around here, but in it for a little bit of cash. I'm here for a little bit of cash, like I said there before. I've met a few people going abroad. Doesn't hurt to expand horizons aside from the usual thugs you'd find around.
Well, I didn't know the Lucases to have any sort of magic potential in them. Your old man didn't even have any circuits to begin with. So how comes you're a special one? I do notice you have quite a low count, so I suppose it could have resulted from a mutation, but I don't suppose you could enlighten me on that sort of thing.
Well, here's the thing. They know Frank. Like, Jay don't know.
Yeah.
However, Jay knows, like, from his BSery and from Barrel Goot that friggin' black magic and curses be a thing. However, curses are friggin' bad mojo in the mage world, so... Truth be told, not too sure. Maybe my mom's side from some of her, maybe my dad's side, because some of them are from Louisiana. Maybe some Boko blood in me. Don't never really got me. Don't know a little bit. Don't know a little bit.
Well, I'll be. Suppose that makes a bit of sense. Kind of, seems to, like, think about it for a little bit and say, well, I suppose this sort of changes our dynamic, though, doesn't it? If you're aware of this world and, you've come talking to me, you probably know what we do around here.
I've heard rumors.
In that case, you know that we don't exactly take kindly to mages who stick their noses in places that they don't belong. But as long as you keep yourself clean, you won't have nothing to worry about. Unless, of course, you have a particular bounty on your head.
You mean one? I already did. Like I said, I already did my. Like I told your boys, I already did my nickel back in Jefferson Parish. But Major. Unless most mage hunters put a price on my head, I'm not aware of it.
And, it's around this time that Leon, I'll say that you probably would have just paid the cab, and fucking just walk the rest of the way.
How much would that? How much would that have cost me? I already discounted the 5 for the, you know,
The bribe.
The bribe. So
Yeah.
how much else?
So it says 70 cents per half mile. So per 60 seconds. Okay, so it says 70 cents per 60 seconds in slow traffic. So you would have been stuck there for at least 30. So that's $21.
Oh shit. Alright. I guess at this point, you know, would Leon be arriving at the docks?
Yeah, on the right side.
Leon.
Jay,
Passive perception.
Not high enough to notice snipers, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I guess for future reference, let me just check. My passive perception is at 10.
Oh, okay.
yeah, no. You ain't
you don't
seen
know the
nobody. Like Jay, Katya, and Marvin are the only people who've seen Les Sniper.
I mean, I'm just, like, obviously Leon is not just gonna fucking walk in there like the bumbling idiot. Like he obviously
Jay let you know, hey yo, ring the chain to let him know you with me.
Gonna ring the chain. Whatever the fuck chain, like, you know, Jay is referring to.
Yeah, on the ship.
Okay, ring the chain on the ship, and he is like keeping his eyes peeled, I guess, as best he can. But like, you know, obviously, if he doesn't see the thing, snipers, like he doesn't see them, right?
Yeah, I will say Ryder probably does notify you. He has a high enough passive perception to notice, so he will notify you that there is a sniper up there. So just be fucking careful.
Snipers on the roof. What's it called? Leon will just, you know, ring the bell, begin to walk. He doesn't have. Usually, he would walk with his hands inside the jacket pockets, but obviously, that's kind of a bad idea.
Nah. With like 20 dudes with Tommy guns, a couple of dudes with sniper rifles.
Yeah, obviously that's a bad idea here. So he just kind of walks, you know, hands at the side. You know, like nothing suspicious. He's just like looking around.
Did Leon send the gangster alias to Jay like he said?
I could have
You
sworn
did not, but you can say it now.
Oh, we said it out of character, but I don't think I had Leon.
Oh, yeah.
Where
Yeah.
the fuck did I write it at?
I think this was deep in the general chats.
Fuck, man, I can't find that in my thing.
I'll try and find it later.
I think it was something like L something. Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
I can't fucking find it in my notes either.
Yeah, I'll look for. Yeah, I'll look for it. So
L. There we go. I don't remember if that was actually the one that I sent.
That's fine.
El Maton. What's it called? He's just going to walk and say he's gonna actually play up the like Spanish accent a little bit. It usually doesn't show because you know he's spoken English for a lot of his life, so the accent doesn't really come through. But you know, for now, he's going to let the accent slip a little bit more. And he's like, "Here I am, Jefe. Is there something the matter? Is this the meeting that we're supposed to be at?"
Yes, this is a meeting, and Don Cascada. This is El Maton. Bella.
Interesting. Come closer so I can have a good look at you, boy.
He does do like a little sort of like not really like a reverential bow, but he does do like a sort of like respectful sort of like head nod. Says Señor Cascada, I presume.
Alphonse Roberto. You can call me by either name.
In that case, Señor Roberto it is. And he will just kind of get closer, I guess.
And once again, you get the horse like sniffing around your face. Kind of like brushing up, like actually against your glove. You know, like batting your kind of hand like that, and it says, alright. Interesting. Well, is that all of your crew, Mr. Lucas?
Knowing that Ivan split and friggin' Katya's cop. This is my crew.
Alrighty then. Well, I suppose I don't exactly have to explain the Moonlit World to y'all, so that makes it a lot quicker. I'll tell you exactly the task you need if you want to ride with my boys. You don't got to make any particular commitments just yet, but just to know that you're committed and trustworthy, I've got a task for you boys. If you'll accept.
And what's the job?
Well, the darling of my eye, my sweet daughter, she's been having a little bit of fun. Those bank heists you've been talking about. She's been going around, making sure to follow the rules. No civilians getting hurt. No funny business, no nothing. Anyway, a lot of the banks are on our payroll, so it's essentially just her having some fun. The money gets paid back in a loop back to us anyway. So nothing harmful. Nothing harmful for the good people of New York City. She's planning to hit up a place around 12 noon tomorrow. Now, she's got a gang of her own. You don't need to be part of the heist itself. I just need you all to get the cops off her ass a little bit.
So y'all want us to keep tabs on you, on your little girl? Make sure the cops don't come hauling her off the Sing Sing.
Yeah, there'll be some shootouts. There'll be some mayhem. You don't gotta hurt nobody. Just make sure that the cops don't catch up to them. They got a hell of a good getaway driver at the very least, so your job shouldn't be that hard. What do you
I'd like
say?
to know.
Easy and simple.
I'd like to at least know some of her crew, just so we don't get folks caught in crossfires.
Yeah, no probs. Well, my daughter seems to be fond of a certain aesthetic. They're all white-hair boys. They're a good, honest bunch, I'll say. Some of them a little bit in over their head, I'd say. Trying a bit too hard to act tough, but they're all honest enough that I allow them around my girl. He'll pull out from like his wallet, sort of like an album. Like yeah, he has like one of those album wallets, and he takes out like clips of that are just like pictures of the 4 guys of the crew, as well as he doesn't have like a mugshot of his daughter, of course, but
It's like family photo or something.
Yeah, you see Alphonse like holding up like Alicia, and she's wearing like a big like funny hat, and you see it like there's a banner in the back that just says Sweet 16. Please don't mind the unprofessionalism there. It's the only good photo I got.
And nothing wrong with that. So making sure these guys. So these guys and the little girl, and this your little girl.
Yep. Just keep Lil Allie out of trouble. The other boys, they can take whatever's coming to them. Just want to make sure my girl's safe. If you can do that for me, I'll know that you can be trusted around family. And anyone who can be trusted around family can be trusted around me.
Out of character, friggin' A! Marvin's shenaniganry.
I mean, technically, all the gear says is I'm wanting to capture her.
Yes.
So,
That is
making
true.
sure that she gets away to a place while still sniping, for example, her crew, makes her an easier target, makes
Yeah.
it also good for the gears.
Yeah.
I mean, true.
Like, the gears doesn't need to be a problem if you know how to work with it.
Okay,
That's
I was
why
just
read
thinking
the
it was
fine
like regular Gios in the D&D. Like, oh, you see, old girl in her Goonies. You try not to do anything. Zapped.
No, it's me actively needing to capture her. But if I know capturing her at a later moment gives me a better opportunity, it's understandable because that better opportunity means a better chance, means I'm forced to take the better chance.
That is true. We found a loophole. We found GD loophole for this shenaniganry.
I always
Okay.
read the fine print.
Nice. Alright.
Oh, like what's it called? Roberto just kind of like says, "So, what do you say? Not too bad of a job, is it? don't even need to get your hands dirty.
Just have a question, senor, if I may speak.
Go on.
Do you have any preferred method as to how we should keep your girl safe? Be it more low-key fashions or guns blazing, so to speak?
Well, I'm sure most of the guns that are gonna be blazing are gonna be under her watch. So either way, nothing ill should come of you if you decide to make yourselves known or not. And after all, you'll probably just be written off as other parts of her gang. You probably won't be identified, so don't you worry. And basically, do whatever it takes to keep my girl safe. If it means showing yourself and resorting to more violent actions, well, I expect you to take the correct precautions, of course, but my little girl's everything to me, so don't mess this up.
And where's her little bank job going to be?
He'll give you like an address on a slip. I'll say I haven't picked out a specific address, but basically, yeah, you know where it is.
Okay. Because here's the thing, Jericho. I thought of a dumbass idea if we were going to have to, participate in the bank heist.
Uh-huh.
If there was another bank, like, not too far away, to divert the cops, friggin' fake hold up said bank to get the cops confused, like, wait, is there a break-in at this bank? What do you mean?
Yeah, you could do that if you wanted to. Just have to convince the guys to, like, the rest of the guys to be like, hey, you guys want to fake rob a bank? But Nelfon says, well, I suppose that's our time. We'll shake on it, and I'll see you complete the task tomorrow. He says as he kind of extends the handshake.
Yeah, question. Does Jay feel like any magical shenaniganry coming off of man's hands?
Roll me an Arcana, I suppose.
Because, like, he's been around these guys long enough to kind of figure out some shenaniganry, and Jay's a little bit iffy.
Yeah.
19. Is there magic shenaniganries?
19? As far as you can tell? No, this is just a handshake.
Okay. Alright, we'll make sure your little girl's safe.
And, he has a very firm handshake.
Yeah, friggin' Jay also with firm handshake.
Yeah.
Also with firm handshake. Cause, hey, here's the thing with folks who do firm handshakes. You grip, like, towards the palm.
Yep.
Cause my uncle used to do that all the time.
One thing you do notice is his ring finger seems a little bit, like it's attached, but it seems like a bit weaker. It almost feels like there's like it doesn't feel whole.
It might be like a prosthetic finger or some shenaniganry.
Might be prosthetic, might have had like some sort of strange surgery on it. Something like that, but his ring finger is a bit off.
Yeah, Jay won't ask. Jay won't ask any more than he.
Rude.
Yeah. Also, we just made deal with the mobsters. We don't wanna.
The mob.
Don't want to push the boundaries.
Yeah, we already at the docks, and we don't want to be sleeping with the fishes.
Yep. And
I don't know. I think we can take this shootout. Let's go.
Here's the
Marvin,
thing.
shut up!
Here's the thing. Jay only got the one machine gun.
No, he ain't got the machine gun. He's got the shotgun. So he ain't got the spray and pray. He's got the okay. We gonna blam.
But,
So
as,
yeah, no.
As you shake the hand, everyone slowly begins to leave. Like Katya, you actually do see like the snipers kind of like just like, you know, take up some like positions and just like, you know, very hastily sort of retreat. As eventually the night air is clear. You do know that this is still Cascada territory, so
Yeah,
I would imagine
Jay is
you
going
do,
to
like,
move.
decide to scram.
Yeah, Jay's gonna tell him, "Hey yo, let's beat feet." I got like a little holdout spot in Harlem.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just
As
it's a
we're
meetup
leaving,
place.
Liam will not along, but then as we're leaving, or we've left, I guess, the nearby vicinity, far enough, Liam will turn to Jay and will say, "That went pretty alright. I don't know why you needed us there."
Look, it was
If anything, Marvin made them more sus.
Listen, my charisma is 8, alright?
like
There is a
here's-
reason for this.
Like here's the thing. It was mostly to let him know, hey yo, I'm a gangster who got some connections. And now, see, now that he kinda now man thinks we friggin' me is Lemage, and we essentially got a little bit closer to figuring out shenaniganry
So
with
what did you discuss?
Katya says,
Oh.
coming out of the fucking shadows.
hey, shh. Hey, remember? Well,
What the fuck were you?
yeah. Also, you were supposed to come. You were supposed to come at 11. You're supposed to come at like 11. And I was gonna tell you, I was gonna have a car bring around.
You never told me anything about coming early, did you?
Like I told the Don, I was scouting it out so I could. Cause remember, Lemage hunters didn't want to just roll up with a bunch of guys and gals who strapped to a sit down like that without prior notice. So
You should have elaborated on that.
Out of all people showing up at a mage hunter with mages at your crew, very ballsy.
If anything,
Look, you
that
got-
might send a message that we don't, nobody should fuck with us. You think?
yeah, essentially.
Speaking
So,
of,
as I was saying,
oh, go ahead.
what did get discussed?
Okay, so we gonna be on a babysit. We on a babysitting job. Tommy Gun Alley. She and her crew are gonna go knock over a bank. It's our job to make sure the cops don't cart her off.
We're
And if
basically.
we
Go ahead.
go ahead.
We're basically the ones who are supposed to take the heat off of her while she does the important things.
Isn't that the opposite of what we're supposed to do?
Well, here's the thing.
Track her down and hunt her down.
It's initiation, so they can trust us around her, which would make it easier to get in contact with her and
We
do our shenanigans.
have 2 options. We could save her tomorrow, but I might know of a place the group is holding up.
Wait, you do?
It's not rock solid, so we could check it out beforehand, but
It's like 12 a.m.
I- I do know where they might be located, but it might be a whole operation.
So what, like a safe house it is or something?
I presume so.
Alrighty. So, and also, what the heck are you doing there at the docks?
I just like grab a grenade out of my coat and just start throwing it up and down like a ball.
Don't do that!
What type of trigger? What type of explosive ordnance discipline is that?
And
Damn, we're actually gonna
stop.
have fucking TPK by grenade, and like the only
Well,
person
here's
who's
the thing.
out is gonna be Ivan.
Well, here's the thing. Jay knows how to deal with like granados, cause trained with granados. You don't like if it's a frag grenade, you gonna get hurt depending on how close you are. But yeah, no, we ain't doing. Like, could you not just toss it up like a friggin' baseball?
Fine.
And you guys thought I was bad with my gun.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, you still are.
I'm
Like
not-
that doesn't.
I'm not. There is a safety. There is safety on. It's
don't-
not loaded.
I don't care who you have a seal on it or something. I don't want the gun pointed my way.
Same.
The
Also, I don't want you tossing up granados
Oh.
up in the air like they're friggin' baseballs either. So,
also important thing. I guess I probably should have said this through the group chat, but no matter. I'll tell Ivan later on. There was definitely a divination sensor in our in that room that Veril gave us.
so what? They got like all-seeing eye, a crystal ball in like a back room somewhere. They go peeping on you.
Probably a crystal ball, if I had to take a guess.
Pretty much.
Jay's kind of like deadpan, like. Okay, I should not just. Okay, so I'm just. Not just assume everything shenaniganry magic wise is the actual thing, man. Alrighty then. Okay, so.
To be more, I don't think Beryl was the one who set that up. Considering that we've kind of established that he uses curses. I think that was somebody else who he's working with.
I mean, he's a guy who knows black magic and shenaniganry. Wouldn't put past.
I mean,
Whatever's. Anyway.
it
wouldn't put past me.
That means that someone knows who we're hunting.
Well-
Probably. I tweaked the incantation, shall we say, a little bit to make it be in a constant loop. I didn't want to destroy it outright, because otherwise people would get suspicious.
Fair enough.
So for now, at least until they figure it out, then fix it. We should be good if we want to return to that place. That is.
I mean,
That's it.
yes,
So,
yes.
me, a
Wait,
caster.
Yeah, Caster will kind of like shimmer into existence a decent ways behind you, so he can just kind of like walk up normally. It's like, yeah, what you need from me?
Who should track down who created that seal?
I could try. It's a bit difficult to track divination sensors, though. Usually, the only way you can do it is if you know the person beforehand and kind of just know their MO when it comes to scrying. If I got no information to go off of, it might be a bit difficult, but again, I can try.
Because that seal could have given away important information about us.
A little bit too late
About
now.
y'all.
Mm,
I never went to the little shindig, so they don't know I'm connected with y'all's.
What's they called? Like, Saber and Cleos have, like, started, like, following the group as well, and, like, Saber will kind of ask, so, with that aside, are we really going to be participating in a bank heist tomorrow?
Well, here's the thing. I can... Now that hold up. Jay tries his best to see if he can do telepathy with Saber, because he figured, Don Cascada and, Marvin could do it. Maybe he could do it.
You have a message.
Hold up. Do I have message? I wanted to be funny and take message because, like, radio shenaniganry. I do not have message.
Okay, so what do you try to say to Saber?
Like, I tried to say to Saber, well, kind of like doing how I usually do when I talk to Casta, kind of like thinking, but this time I try thinking like, okay, connect to Saber, connect to Tori, connect to Tori, connect to Tori. And like in my mind, Casta sees like an old school like dispatch switchboard and has like a name, like the name Tori, Saber, Casta, and he's trying to reconnect it to see if it works. Well, because of my new authority vested in the U.S. government, I can try and pull some strings so the cops don't show, so we can fake a bank heist at another spot.
Jay, do you want me to tell that to Saber, or?
Wait, Jay looks confused. Like, wait, what? Wait, how?
You kind of just sent that telepathic to me. I thought you had a hang of this.
No, cause freaking Don Cascada could do it to Marvin. I think he did it to Marvin, at least, cause I kind of figured it, but
He did.
Now this is telepathically. Like, so okay, okay. We need to figure out how the frig do I. Can you do it with other people's aside from friggin' rulers thingamajig?
I can. It's kind of just a basic spell that most mages learn. I can try to teach it to you.
Okay.
Jay, Saber asked you a question.
You've been staring into space for like the last 5 minutes. Is everything alright there?
Dang
It doesn't popping his head. Just trying so hard.
Dang it, it doesn't work. Okay, so I tried to speak telepathically, like how Don Cascada like how I think Don Cascada did with Marvin earlier, but I guess it doesn't work. So, like I was saying, shut up. Anyway, so Cliff Notes, I can call in favors, and we could fake bank heist.
I mean, the only thing we need to do is make sure they get away.
Yeah,
Well,
like I
just
can
make sure
divert
the daughter
divert the cops.
gets away.
Yes, only the daughter. Correct.
The Don Cascada said that the other people, and I quote, can handle whatever comes their way. Well, I'm not sure exactly what he meant by that, besides just calling them tough, I guess. But
well, tough, and Jay does the air quote.
And
my primary
go
my primary plan for clashing with them during the bank heist was to track down the location, but I guess this is another way of doing it, so fine by me.
well, that too. I am going to say, in case anybody had any funny ideas for this particular heist, I say we go for it for the most part. At the very least, if only just to earn their trust and get closer. I would advise, if anybody had the idea to do so, I would advise against, suddenly turning your fire on the bodyguards, because, well, it would look mighty suspicious if the same day that we're assigned to help them out with a heist, all 5 of them end up going down, right?
Yeah, because, we ain't trying to get whacked. Even though...
I wasn't planning it.
I didn't point at anybody in particular, but thank you for outing yourself there, Marvin.
No, I know what you guys think of me.
No!
There's a difference.
Here's the thing. I was... For the first time,
Marvin's gonna get put out
when you getting into your, well, somewhat sarcastic, I am the badass enforcer dude. I was more seeing Katya thinking about trying to bump off the bodyguards.
Perhaps 1 or 2.
We not bumping them off!
I was looking at...
How's the original plan?
I have a feeling that Katya and Marvin are just gonna be put in the equivalent of the timeout corner. It's like, no, you're not coming with us. Leon, get with the times, let's go.
See, I was referring to all 3 of you who carry guns. What's it called? I have a feeling it's harder for somebody who uses Magecraft to, to have their spells pass as a gunfire.
I mean, I got machine gun and a shotgun.
Exactly.
You take your pick.
So yeah, I'd say we play along for now, and we then later on find a way to kind of use this to our advantage. Because let's not forget, it's not just Alicia Cascada who we're after here. We still have to find Kagamine.
Yeah, wherever they are, but...
I mean, we know where they are.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Yeah, you mentioned they go to Broadway and theater classes.
Yeah, but the reason why I bring that up is because if we turn on the the Cascadas, they will start chasing us till the ends of the fucking earth while we still have to look for Kagamine. So
my plan
also
was to let them get away, have one of us who can hide, probably Gaicha, I presume.
Huh?
Follow them, see their weak points, and then check out.
I can give chase after them.
Sure.
Well,
if you gave chase, you cannot shoot on them and need to make sure they get away.
Yeah, I'll take over police while chasing them.
Don't shoot the cops!
Right, that's fine.
We don't want
Are
to be
smoke bombs allowed?
we don't want to be under investigation for murder.
Smoke bombs are allowed. No fragmentation grenades. No sniper rifles. No pistolas. No magecraft. And no having saber go after the cops.
Alright.
And
no shanking the cops either. Or strangling them or anything that is untowards, that is not less than lethal.
I find it really
Okay, what if
funny
they shoot at me though?
Then don't shoot. Here's the thing, don't be in a position to be shot at by the friggin' cops.
I'm gonna be
I'll
honest.
think of something.
I'm gonna be honest here. We are aiding criminals. They have every. I'm pretty sure it's their job to shoot us when
They're
that
gonna be
happens.
going in guns blazing for the bank heist, so...
Yeah, so it is their job. It is their job to shoot us if we're assisting, if we're accomplices to robbery.
Okay, so
If they shoot you, shoot the tires of their car.
What do you think this is? Just cause? That's not going to. It's not going to work a lot of the times. But sure.
It will slow them
You,
down.
What the fuck are you taught? What's just
It will-
cause?
It will slow them down. With broken
Right.
tires, they can't ride that fast, make less turns, making it easier to get away.
Sure. I guess that does work.
wait, Jay kind of thinks of something. Police radios are still use like the old school frequencies and shenaniganry. Like they change it every now and again. But if Jay can figure out what the police frequency is, he still got his radio. He can just reroute the police if they do a car chase.
Hey, actually speaking of, out of that, like, duffel bag of yours, would you be able to take out any, like, caltrops, or equivalent for car spikes, whatever they're called?
Here's the thing. Road spikes are a bit out of budget. Also,
Damn.
I gotta collect it, and it's gonna be a little bit suspicious. A dude in broad daylight that ain't a cop gonna collect road spikes off the friggin' street and they a cop.
Damn, your bag sucks.
Well, you get yourself a magic bag then, mofo.
Maybe I will!
Okay.
Anyway.
Take it down a notch, both of you. The reason why I bring up that specific point about why we should keep playing along and why we should antagonize the Cascadas before we also find Kakamine is because I thought of a way to perhaps make our life easier. If we somehow get Kakamine and Elisa in the same location, well, we can take them out of the fight at the same time.
Wouldn't then we have to deal with two servants at the same time?
Well, no, because then those servants will have to deal with 5 servants at the same time. Because presumably we'll all be there together.
It will be a three-way fight. But I have a bit of news.
What's your news?
We may or may not have 1 week to get to Alicia.
Why?
What you talking about?
This motherfucker!
Don't worry about it.
No, we worried about it.
How are you going to say, guys, important thing, we only have 1 week. But don't worry about it though, this is fine.
We just shook hands with the Don. What do you mean?
Marvin, I'm gonna need you
Two
to
things.
be...
1, you shook hands. 2, we still did the job for 1 day. We didn't make it further.
Marvin, I need you to be honest with me, because I could have definitely just kept the divination sensor information to myself, but I went out of my way to tell you. So you're gonna have to be honest with me and with us and tell us what the fuck happened.
Yeah, cards on the table. What's going on?
I made a deal before you guys made this deal.
What do you mean?
And my deal might be gears bound.
Elaborate.
When you say might, you mean definitely is?
Definitely.
Wait. Okay, Jay thinking like Gias. He thinks of D&D, the stupid spell.
Before you think of whatever pop culture reference you're thinking of, Giasus in the moonlit world.
So basically, he made a magic deal, and if he can't do it in like set amount of parameters, set amount of time, shenaniganry gonna happen.
He's gonna explode.
Not at all.
If by shenaniganry you mean that he forgoes any bodily autonomy, then yeah, That's usually how guesses work, unless you somehow manage to get a
No.
different deal there, Marvin.
I did get an easy deal, which isn't too bad. So that's why you don't really need to worry about. It
As
fits
someone from down
perfectly-
south whose mom told him, don't be making deals with no backroom buckles or no voodoo mans down the way. What deals with
You
the
say,
shadow
well,
man you
just
making?
have made a deal with
Here's the
a
thing.
mob. But anyway,
Is-
it's pretty easy, and until Jay decided to do all this, it worked perfect with the planning.
Show us the
Oh,
yes.
contract.
What does this
Yeah.
deal entail? Because
It says I have 1 week to kill the 4 white-haired dudes and either capture or kill Alicia. And if I capture her, I need to bring her to a secured location.
Yeah, you couldn't have, I don't know, text this beforehand? Before we had
So
the deal with the mob?
So that's what you went to do when you went out with Barrel, huh? I could have. I should have known that you weren't just going out to have a drink with the fellas.
I mean, we did have a drink with the fellas, but it wasn't against anything we had planned, and it still isn't.
I mean, it kind of is, because,
No, because we planned to stay a week here anyway.
Well, no, but I think what Jay means here is that it kind of complicates the fact that we will have to take down 4 bodyguards to the Cascada family in order to
Well-
get to Alicia.
Here's the positive side, and Jay, that will immediately explain to you how gears work. If the deal is not completed, the gears will end. There's no problem, nothing. But I won't get paid for the heads I didn't deliver.
I don't particularly like. Not that I don't
only-
believe you, not that I don't believe you, but in my experience, guesses when they are not fulfilled don't just end with no strings attached. There's
That's because you need to read the fine print. But the only thing is that if I don't do the thing I was set out to do, my body and head will slowly start feeling like it's forcing itself to move.
so you're gonna go Terminator mode if we within X amount of feet of,
It's more about the days rather than the feet. The further we are down the week, the more imminent the problem gets, the more my body starts acting on its own.
well, so a sleeper agent effectively.
But after the week, nothing happens.
Okay. I still have apprehensions about this, mostly because this has to do with Barrel, but also
yeah.
because
Well, technically, Barrel was only the middleman.
I mean,
That
still,
doesn't get any better.
I mean, in the deals with the devil, not all the time it's the devil making the deal. It's somebody like underling in like most shenaniganry. So, yeah, no. For all we know, there was probably like invisible ink that said, "Oh yeah, by the way, if you didn't do this, your soul is forfeit to mage. Insert mage's name here."
this is like
Why did you make this deal?
Because we were doing this anyway.
Why did you make this deal? What do you get out of this?
money, I'm guessing.
My payment?
So
You know my job,
literally-
right?
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Like, what you mean? What do you mean? What do you get out of your job?
Like, Katya immediately backs off, and like Saber kind of like does like a double take, like, easy? Oh, okay. Like, he kind of shrugs, doesn't really like say anything, but it's just like kind of surprised.
Like, I don't know how y'all's enforcers shenaniganry work, but you being bounty hunter, and with most of the mages, they got their heads around in the past century. I would have supposed, there was like ye old mage sign that had a wanted dead or alive poster. You could have just, I don't know, collected them and saw the poster on there like it was Red Dead Redemption and said,
That's
hey, yo,
what
you
I
want
did with Itsuke.
Uh,
I mean, technically I'm not gears bound by them, and it's just a normal job of bringing them back home, but...
which I'm almost
You know.
tempted to not complete in the first place, but you know, it is what it
Which
is.
is fine if we don't complete it.
Oh, alright,
Oh,
well,
boy.
the point of the matter is, it seems we now have a time limit on making this work to the best of our abilities, which roughly lines up with what
Marvin
we
has.
estimated. What is it?
Well, Marvin has.
Well, technically,
I mean-
me and Marvin, because I just said, oh yeah, this dude here, the fat fucker here, is under. So I'm gonna get whacked.
Well, I say we. Well, yeah, one because of the deal we just struck with the Cascadas, and also because, well, the longer we stay in this city, the more attention we draw to ourselves, and the more likely it is for things to go bad. We originally anticipated that this was going to take a week for us to complete. So we might as well make do on our work or on our word and get that done. Besides, if we take too long, Sarai may catch wind of where we are, and she's going to show up here, and I'm going to have a heart attack again. So, the less time we spend here, the better. Alright, well, for now, let's just try. We're probably not gonna have enough time to do a lot more for the night. I say we go take a break, and we'll reconvene in the morning and figure out how to do things from there, okay?
A suggestion, if I may.
ahead.
Would we be able to visit the Church of St. Lucius before our mission? I believe the bank heist was happening midday, so we would have a couple hours.
I guess we have. We can. Why?
Well, it was one of the locations we were gonna meet together.
Are we going for mass or something?
Investigate.
Is this the place that you said was like a cult or something?
Yeah?
Okay, sure. Morning.
That's why I don't want to go there alone.
Morning, we go visit the cult. Afternoon, we help a heist. It's going to be a busy day for us tomorrow, it seems.
Perfect.
Now, I want you to point. I want to make something really clear. If this religious nutcases end up being murderous religious nutcases, I'm pinning this on you.
Fair enough.
Alright, so it's phase 1. Now. Dawn of the new day. Actually, let me keep track of the date.
Wait, did Ivan do his shit yet? Cause
Yeah, he was.
Yes, you
He
went
went,
first.
phase 6 was phase 6 was him going to the church.
Yeah, and getting
yeah.
his ass kicked by...
Yeah.
he didn't
Dude.
even get his ass kicked. He just got pinned.
What's it called? So I will quickly ask: are people going to actually get some sleep on this?
I mean, it depends. Marvin will message... Oh, I accidentally sent that to GM. Message to Jay and Caster and ask if Caster needs to sleep.
Pastor will just kind of say, you've had a servant this entire time. You didn't figure the answer out yet.
Let Cleos do what he wants.
Yeah.
It's his freedom.
Well, you've been sleeping, and he's been keeping watch. Yeah, we servants don't need to sleep. Some of us like to, and actually thinking about it, Cleos and Saber over there might need it, considering their manifestations seem a bit broken. But No, we can subsist off of mana perfectly fine. No, I can sense the bond between Kleos and you as supplying him with enough mana to make sure that he doesn't actually need to sleep. We can if we want to, but probably not a
Alright.
good idea in enemy territory.
Would you mind working with me through the night?
So you're not gonna sleep. Well, that's fine, unless Jay, you got something you want to do.
Meanwhile, Jay is asleep on the bed with the shotgun, with like shotgun like next to him.
Whoa, he's already out. All right, well, that's fine. Yeah, in that case, I'll help you out.
Great.
Okay, so Jay is sleeping. You're going to be staying in the comic store, right?
Depends whether Jay finds that acceptable, with Caster and Marvin watching over him.
Jay's in his hotel in Harlem.
Okay. In that case, deduct the Actually, no, you've already booked it out, so yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
In that case, you
he's
go to
already
sleep.
booked it.
Actually, okay, so I'll say Caster will be able to be a distance away from Jay. However, that sort of connection is going to be a little bit strained. However, Marvin, you can help out by just providing some of your mana passively. It won't take too much out of you in terms of resources. However, it will increase the DC of your exhaustion level. Are you willing to do that?
Increase by?
I'll just say by 2.
Alright, I'm fine with that.
Okay. So... let me see... Okay. I've written that down. So that's fine. You'll make it at the end of the day instead of, like, right now, so that's fine. So you're going to be working for 4 hours.
8, right? Because
8?
everyone else sleeps 8.
I mean, people can split it up, but we'll just say 4 hours for now, and then we'll do the next phase, alright?
Alright.
So, with the workshop and caster helping out, first of all, I want you to pay your $50 for staying the night. And then you get 12 hours done. 12 hours worth of work done.
Wouldn't it be 16?
I
mean, I'm just asking. It's
No.
your ruling, but the
Yeah,
reason
no,
I'm asking was the
it's-
workshop is times 2, and I thought caster normally would be times 3.
No,
So-
caster's not times 3. He only counts as like one person helping.
Ah, alright.
Yeah, so that's fine. Leon, what are you gonna be doing?
Well, since Marvin has monopolized the crafting table, Leon can't really he can still sit down and use his own ability to continue working on the fucking thing. But do I want to do that? I think he'll still try to squeeze in a couple more hours of work.
Okay.
He did actually have a shit ton of fucking sleep on the way here to New York, so it might squeeze in I don't know, 4 hours and try to sleep for ?
Okay. In that case, give me a moment, because I'm writing stuff down. I'm actually writing stuff down in a physical journal, because I've had this campaign tracker journal for a while. So I'm making use of it. It's pretty cool. So So that's 1 pip. All right. In that case, okay, so I will say that you will successfully get 4 hours of work done, and then get a pip of sleep on the second phase.
Where is Leon sleeping?
Assuming
Comics.
comic book store, because he now that he got rid of the fucking divination century, feels a little bit safer.
Yeah. All right. So subtract that $50 as well for staying the night.
Yeah. So hold on, I'm adding the 4 hours work on the thing, and then also the $50 Rukos.
Yeah. Okay.
There we go. Damn, that was a lot of money.
So-
just in one day. Go ahead.
New York City, baby. So, Ivan,
Yep.
your bit now. So, you remind me what you were planning to do in this phase, because you were going to like search around for dead apostles, basically. But what was the actual?
I thought
Okay.
I thought I still had the entirety of last phase. But Ivan, after
You
getting
did
that
not.
text from,
Yeah.
but unfortunately, I think he would do that passively as he makes his way towards
That's
where
fine.
the place where Katya and him were saying to meet. But
Yeah.
I think he would at the Broadway Hotel. I think he would also text. He would text the Finn branch of the Krov family, the head of the Finn branch of the Krov family.
Mhm.
Sorry. Do you happen? Do you? Sorry. Could you maybe outline the exact area in which the Manhattan in the degrading Manhattan ley line covers?
Okay. You won't get an answer immediately because it's kind of like out of the blue, but you will see that your message has been read at the very least. In terms of sensing apostles, I'll have you roll me a perception check.
Not Arcana, because the way he's doing it, I described.
Yes, however, you are trying to specifically pick out abnormal Magecraft signatures, which means that it's more complicated than just generally sensing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try that perception check. Oh shit!
Okay, good shit. In that case, that perception check will avail you some good stuff. And by good stuff, I mean pretty alright stuff. Relieving stuff. Essentially, you don't actually sense any Dead Apostle activity while you're on your walk here, which means that at the very least, in Lower Manhattan, at this night tonight, this place is generally clean of any particularly abnormal activity.
He's just trying to sense them in general, just to see, like, get a number count. He's not, like, activity, yes, that would be nice, but at the same time,
Yeah.
he's also just trying to see, like,
Ye-
am I in
Again-
any danger of having to protect anybody?
Yeah, like again, you don't really sense any like Dead Apostle like presence. Again, this is fucking Manhattan, so it's around this area that you can kind of tell. Yeah, no, this is fine, but you are going to
Yeah.
have to scout out further if you really want to, check that sort of thing out.
Yeah. Ivan would just make his way towards the Broadway Hotel, though.
Yeah.
I do think I would think like Archer's like somewhat hovering about, trying to just keep watch.
Yeah, I would say so as well. Give me a moment to set up this map because I forgot to set it up. But like eventually you would Katya. Actually, Katya, before before I even like got to you, what would you be doing like in your hotel room? It's like kind of Saber. It's like kind of like you and Saber return, and like Saber just kind of like sets things down and starts like you kind of just see her like start to like make the bed basically.
I basically set up a table with 2 chairs for me and Ivan to chat. And basically start getting ready for that.
Yeah. While you're, waiting, like say
You cut off.
kind of out
You cut
of
out.
these dealings. Oh, hello?
You
Can
cut out a
you hear
little
me?
bit. You can hear it. We can hear you now. But you cut out for a bit, and we just fully lost you after the say.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's fine. I didn't say much. Saber will ask, like, Master, what
Yeah?
do you make of all these dealings tonight? A Gia scroll in particular is concerning.
It's quite troublesome, but... well, you can't choose your allies, I guess. Not in this situation. We'll have to work with what we got.
And this deal with the organized crime of New York?
Well... I do have high hopes for that.
You do?
If we can get close to the enemy master, might as well. No?
I suppose that is a pragmatic way of looking at it, yes.
Certainly better than starting a brawl in the middle of town.
Very true. I just, I just worry that we're going to get into a very messy place.
Possibly. But hey, I'm thankful I wasn't there when the deal was made. So that's fine. As far as I'm concerned, not of my problem.
And it's at this point that like there's like a knock at the door, and Ivan, you're at the door. It will have been like answered by like Saber, who will kind of just like nod and say, Master of Archer, come in.
I think Ivan would have like unusually like uncharacteristic look on his face that seems like both, what's it called? He looks conflicted, but also like a weird look that makes him seem less cowardly, but more so like he's really on edge in not the normal way he is.
And Archer will actually like materialize and just kind of like just kind of like passively be here, kind of like stand over here and just kind of like telepathically like just sort of, I will be here at your side, Master, in case anything goes awry. I'll be keeping an eye out for dead apostles as well, just to keep you at ease.
I think Ivan would like... I think the one thing that Archer would somehow get would be Ivan somehow managing to send an emoticon through the mental link, and it's just a thumbs up.
Perfect. But yeah. So, yeah, Katya, like Saber just kind of says, Master of Archer is here.
Alright. Hello, Ivan. Come here. Have a sit down.
Hello. It's not I don't feel comfortable knowing that there's dead apostles around here. In general, he just says as he like slumps into the chair. I think like due to like his height and the chair, like his back is just like really like leaning over the top of it.
Oh yeah.
So like it looks like it's really shit for his posture.
Right. Ivan. Ivan?
Yes? Is something wrong?
I have some questions that need to be answered.
Ivan pauses.
Why did Mr. Atmosphere pick you as a master in this war?
Ivan pauses for a moment and says, I'm not actually sure of that myself. Oh, because, fun fact, this fucker was just chucked into a helicopter.
Yeah. His fucking homunculus servants like just hauled him in and said they're going to get a fucking job.
Right.
He
Yeah.
does have a job, which is hilarious. But they also were like, oh, you're gonna get a
Well.
good job.
I get you're shy and all, but we're not evading this talk. Who are you? What are you hiding? Why does this dead apostle freak you out so much?
Right?
Ivan...
Like, as you kind of like say that, like, you know, Archer kind of says, Master of Saber, I'm sorry, but I don't think I can permit you to... And Saber actually kind of like steps in front of Archer and says, my master knows what she's doing. For the sake of the mission, please stand down.
We're merely having a chat.
Ivan pauses for a moment and says, well, I can tell you at least what I know. Oh, that might help. I believe you might be somewhat aware of the Krov family? Are we in your records somewhere? I don't know.
You would have been given the like files on the Krov family. They're pretty big, so they do have kind of extensive records of basically, you know, what they do. Very ancient, very prestigious.
And it also would probably contradict Ivan's statement of 14 generations.
Yeah. Much older. Much older.
Mm-hmm.
Which means he's been lying to you from the start. No.
Yep. I've been given some information by Katya, but I'm not here to talk about the Krov family. I'm here to talk about you.
Ivan pauses, and you see he starts scratching at the hand, the gloved hand.
Mm-hmm.
He seems visibly disconcerted by this. He's just gonna pause for a moment and says, could you at least give me a reason why you want to know all of a sudden?
Because we've been working for a while now. You're master in this war, and you have an
It's
obligation.
actually been like 4 fucking days.
But I mean, to be fair, for like a fucking mercenary job, that takes a while. To be in a squad for that long.
And so far, you've been unprofessional, you've shown no unique skills except turning into puddle, and now out of nowhere you ask me to provide you with black keys. What are you hiding?
That's completely unfair, Master of Saber. My master... Saber, please stand aside. I can't stand by while your master lambasters mine.
I'm merely asking questions.
Ivan
Also, do not
turns...
forget your position, Archer. You were summoned by Katya, and you are working for Katya. You are here to protect the moonlit world. Are you not? This is part of a mission.
While that may be true, it does not need to result in the harassment of your allies.
Or maybe they shouldn't be so secretive, should they?
Archer kind of holds her tongue a bit and... Well, perhaps... I am sure my master has a good reason. And Saber kind of like steps in, just kind of like interrupts, saying, I am sure that your master does have a very good personal reason. But I am also sure that you, as a heroic spirit, understand the importance of safeguarding humanity as our main objective. We cannot do that without all the information and all of the cards at our hand. Saber kind of looks back at Katya and just kind of nods and says, like, as if to say, like, continue.
Ivan pauses and says, what files does what files does Chaldea have on me?
Not much beyond you being part of the Krov family.
Part of the Krov family and mostly being a hermit. You know, like, at the very least, you know that in Chaldea's files, Ivan was very much like, I believe he was like the only child of his branch.
He was.
His branch of family, and he was actually, he prodigy, like average, stuff, prodigy child, like, very much like very loved by his parents, which is a rarity in the mage world. Very much like they kind of like lived a relatively normal life alongside and at the same time as studying, like, the root. But at some point you just know that Ivan got orphaned and kind of became a recluse. But that's all you know.
Okay.
Ivan just sort of pauses for a minute, just says, the Krov family is from a long line, and I doubt that you have all of its history. I'm not going to share that with you, for it's not my liberty to say, but you see, I think Katya would see, like, as Ivan, like, looks at, like, there's a sort of semi-serious expression on his face, but he does, like, I think, underneath the coat, she could already see, like, the lines of red forming underneath, on his white shirt.
Okay.
He would pause and just say, our magecraft isn't quite just chemomancy, but it's something a little bit deeper than that I'm at, and that might be the reason why, because I'm one of the few members of the family who was able to somewhat tap into the innate state of our magecraft prior to its degradation.
I see. And what about you bleeding all the time? I point at your shirt.
Ivan... You see he, like, clenches his fist as he, like, actually... Like, he tries to hold himself together for a little longer before he says, Archer, I hand her the notebook.
Well, are you sure, Master? You don't. There's no reason you should be forced to.
Ivan's, like, pausing for a second and just says, I don't really see Ivan is like trying to retreat. He doesn't want anything to be brought out, but he at the same time like he doesn't see any fucking way out. Windows closed. Oh, Saber's at the door. Katya's
Saber.
standing on the fuck.
Yeah.
I'm staring daggers at you.
Yeah, he's fucking crumbling, and not to mention he's on the verge of a panic attack. He wants to get out of this situation with the least explanation possible, while also giving Katya what she wants. Because that at this point, this is really not working for him.
So seeing your kind of like insistence, your panic, your hesitation, but seeing that this is the way you want to handle this, Archer will actually walk up to you and pull out from her robe a very sort of like it's a very nice sort of rich looking notebook, but it is like tattered. It hasn't been used and written in ages, but it's clearly been read over and over and over again by the wear and tear of the pages. What will these notes have detailed? What will Katya have?
I sent you this. It was in Google Docs.
Yeah. But for what's it called? Would actually, because I know that there was a note. I know that there was like a big notebook, like a book that was left. Would this have detailed like the actual like physiology of what happened to Ivan? Because obviously he would have been doing research.
There would have been a few like diagrams, nothing like too in depth, I don't think. But it would have outlined at least a partial, like with some piecing together the tragedy and everything that goes on.
Okay, so Katya, I want you to roll me an Arcana check, first of all.
Okay, let me check. Audio database does work with this.
Yes.
Arcana.
Okay.
Oh, that's 11.
That's an 11. Well, that's actually pretty alright. So you go through the notebooks, you start from the end, just around, just trying to look for explanations as to what's going on. You just kind of skim through. You see diagrams of the human body diagram with the man with the arms and legs outstretched. You see kind of small diagrams of basically just areas in which that have been sectioned off, and this does kind of click in your head that you've seen stitches around Ivan's body that that kind of seem to align with these, as if, and you don't know much about this sort of magecraft. You do know that it's not really done on humans. It's pretty unethical to do so. But you can kind of figure it out. There are, it sort of looks like, well,
Ivan's been stitched together.
Not Ivan's been stitched together per se, but well, yes, but Ivan's has had things taken out of him and put back in him. He's effectively a humanoid chimera.
Reading through this, my eyes do widen because I wouldn't have seen anything like this before.
You would see, multiple logs. You go back to the start, you see, I don't know what the hell that thing did to my son. When they found him, he'd been covered in stitches and scars. He was unwilling to speak about what happened, but eventually he told me what he could recall of the event. That thing killed my wife and mangled my son's body. Pieces of him ripped out and replaced by God knows what. I contacted the family and requested help, but I'm trying to console him. The event has him holed up in his room for extended periods of time. He barely even speaks. I had to explain to his school why he missed his own graduation. And, few days later, like, Ivan had only started eating again yesterday, but something's wrong. You can't drink or eat anything without needing to throw up soon after. Despite this, he hasn't showed any signs of dehydration. I've noticed he seems to shy away from the sun at times. The parts that were replaced seem to itch whenever they come into contact with sunlight. Like, a few days later, like, going into the next month, it's gotten worse. He still hasn't been able to eat anything. He's begun to deteriorate. I fear for his health. I've been struggling to find answers. I received the results from the biopsy. The wound healed within minutes of the sample being removed. The sample itself deteriorated seconds after being separated from the body. I took another sample and used a vial of my blood to keep it stable. From what I could deduce, it wasn't part of any sort of dead apostles, else the curse would have taken over. Still, some kind of blood drinker, but not apostle. You kind of, flick through. I commissioned the Esther branch for a pair of homunculus servants. My health has begun to deteriorate, but if I can at least cure my son, then I will be content with what I have done. And, it kind of, like, goes into, like, people try to support Ivan as best they can, but, again, like, this goes, into, like, into, like, the next 2 years. And you see, like, the final one, log 367. I found a solution, yet it isn't something I can do or provide for Ivan. I've spent too long withering away in this office. I don't have much time left. I'm too weak to fight for him, too weak to give him back the humanity he deserves. I detailed the solution in some notes I had instructed the homunculus Elias to give to Ivan after my death. I at least thank them that they'll be there for him when I am unable. I will spend these final months of mine with my son. I'll move these logs into the master bedroom for safekeeping. Ivan, if you're reading this, I am sorry for not being with you for longer. I can only wish you happiness in your life. And, there's kind of like a note stapled, like, that's been kind of like picked up, removed, placed back over and over and over again. Son, if you're reading this, I've left you. I'm sorry I couldn't spend more of the time I had left with you, but I managed to find a cure. It isn't the best solution, but it's all I could find. Check in my topmost drawer for a leather-bound book. There should be a bookmark in there. Flip to the page. I wish you all the best. Love you to the moon and back. Dad. As, you can only imagine that solution might have been, well, perhaps a miracle.
After reading that, I slowly give the book back to Archer and look at Ivan for a few seconds, and in just a grave, dead tone, just say, I'll have your black keys secured by event of tomorrow.
Ivan just nods, breathes like a really long sigh, and then fucking immediately collapses onto the floor.
Yeah, Archer kind of very much like, catches you much before you can, and Archer will kind of look, give like a mean look to Saber and kind of not really look at you, Katya, and say, Well, she will actually eventually look at you and say, I understand what you did was for the mission, but this was a lot for my master to unveil to you. I hope you at least appreciate the amount of turmoil this must have taken for him to even think of revealing it.
I apologize for what I have done.
I'm sorry, just the fucking delivery of that was funny.
But Archer just kind of nods and says, I'm going to take Master back to well, in the comic book store. I will see you later. Please do
Understood.
not forget what he's done for you.
I will not.
As she like slips the notebook back into her sash, Archer kind of like, lifts Ivan onto her back and leaves.
I think it would be funny because Ivan's just really fucking tall. His head would just drag on the floor anyway.
Oh yeah, no. Well, no, she's making sure your head is secure. Like that.
At least his legs.
She's a fucking mom. Like she's not going to like drag your fucking head on the floor. Like she knows how to handle a human being. But yeah.
Also, Jericho,
Yes.
question about the sleeping rules, how you made
Yes.
them. You say you can sleep at 2 separate times, correct?
Yes.
Is there any rule within what phases you can or cannot sleep?
Yeah. You have to sleep at a home base point. Basically, you can
Like-
only.
Yeah, but if I sleep, let's say, the second phase now, and the last phase of this day, and then the first 2 phases of the next day, would that mean that theoretically I have 2 successful sleeps on 2 days? Because...
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. So all the exhaustion levels will be calculated at the end of phase 6 every day.
Ah.
Yeah. Thankfully, because of the plane ride, you all got enough sleep last night.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yes.
so
Maybe that would be then a smart plan to just sleep now in the last phase.
yeah, you could do that if you wanted to. But yeah, so that's phase 1. Phase 2 is 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. So let me see. So it would be day, but I'm gonna keep it on the night map actually because it's fucking December. So yeah. So Marvin, did you say that you wanted to try Marvin and Leon, you're gonna sleep on this phase, right?
Yeah.
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 So cool.
Yeah.
Leon just squeezes like 4 hours of work and then it's like, alright, that's enough, let's go. And he
Yeah.
just goes to sleep.
And is Marvin gonna take a rest as well?
Yeah, if sleeping works how I think it works, then I will take the rest now.
Yes.
Before going to sleep though, Leon will tell Marvin, by the way, I call dibs on the workshop next time, so you know. He just then goes to sleep.
You know, we could just work together on both our projects. If you want to.
What's it called?
I call dibs and goes back to sleep.
I respect the dibs.
And Jay, are you going to also spend this time sleeping?
He was already asleep.
Yeah, so you're just gonna continue. Alright, that's fine. Let me mark that down.
Let's see.
And because of
went-
your second sleep, take off the long rest for you.
Yeah, let's go. So
Actually, let me
Hmm.
let me do this while you're resting. Caster is going to spend 10 minutes to regain 1d10 worth of spell slots. Ooh, fuck. Okay.
10 spells.
3, 6, 7,
Hey!
10. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna okay. It's gonna do that, and let me mark off this as 0 out of 1. All right. So that's good. So I will say that since Archer brought you would all kind of like see like Archer kind of like enter through the door and just carrying Ivan on her back and just escorting him over to like a bed.
Too bad. Only 2 bedrooms are there. You sleep
That's
on the
true.
couch.
Yeah, she's putting him on the couch, unfortunately.
Well, to be fair, I don't think he would even fit on the bed. He's so fucking long. So the
Yeah.
couch
The
is
couch
actually
would
the
be
best
worse.
place.
Yeah, that's true.
And I presume these are hard beds, correct?
Yeah.
Awesome, then I sleep better than I did last time.
So I will mark off Ivan as sleeping on this hour as well because fuck, you need it. Katya, you're the only one left. What are you gonna be doing in this phase?
In phase 1, I'm assuming my talk between Ivan wouldn't have taken 4 hours, and I'm already at the hotel, so
Yeah.
would I have been able to just basically immediately go to sleep after my chat with Ivan?
Yeah, I will say so. So you want to sleep for phase 1 and 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's no problem.
Man,
in
fucking
that case,
traumatizes the shit out of the one guy who's practically just a kid at heart, and then
And then
proceeds
go-
to like go to
sleep soundly.
sleep as if sleeps it's like fucking in Wells, like, oh, and a good day's work.
Yeah,
I just
I did my
traumatized a
job.
fucking child.
I did my job, baby. But yeah, so in that case, mark off a long rest for you.
Jericho, second question about the sleeping thing.
Yes.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Do we get the long rest at the second?
Yes, you get your long rest at the second pip. However, you can choose to take a short rest. If
Or-
you only sleep one section.
You said if we don't sleep, we still get long rest benefits. Do those long rest benefits come at the 6th phase?
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah.
My
Actually,
question.
with okay, so actually, Jay, can you roll me a D100 for me?
Here's the shenaniganry. If we was being tailed, Jay's
Oh, wait,
got
never mind,
shot
never
the.
mind. No, never mind. I forgot you're not at the comic book store, so you're actually fine.
Yeah, no. Frig
yeah.
you guys. I ain't bunking with y'alls in that
It's not
cruddy
don't worry.
room.
It's not about
Good
being
luck.
tailed. It's just a 10% chance of having a difficult rest.
Remember, Jay was in the army, and he slept in worse conditions.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Katya, you're at the Broadway, right?
Yep.
Which means, until your next long rest, you have marked down that you have +1 to your ability checks.
Wait, should I mark it down or you?
You mark it down.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, you have +1 to all your ability checks, which means because you slept in a fucking good ass hotel.
Big comfy bed.
Saber,
Swanky
falls
hotel.
asleep. Saber falls asleep on the chair.
Why?
She doesn't want to bother you.
It's too scandalous to share the bed.
Truly, just a friend zone moment.
It's not even a friend. Well, it's a friend zone moment for fucking Saber. Like, you haven't allowed her to sleep on the bed. She's just assuming that you're gonna be uncomfortable with it.
Also,
If I see Saber just like sitting there,
Yeah.
also,
I would probably ask if she's going to sleep.
Okay.
I love the absolutely heartbroken why that Katya just gave when he was
Why?
You would you would ask like, are you going to sleep? And she would just kind of reply like, oh, yes, I will be sleeping to conserve my magical energy, master.
Is she going to continue sitting down on her chair?
Yeah. You haven't invited her to the bed or anything, so she's just going to like answer that and just continue sitting on the chair.
You do realize there's a bed here.
Yes, I do realize that, master.
That's big enough for like 5 people.
Well, I wouldn't want to impose on your personal space.
It's a giant bed.
Well, yes, but it usually, unless I am mistaken, it's usually improper for two people to sleep in one bed without, well, prior closeness.
I mean, I'm planning on just sleeping on one side. The rest of the bed is yours, as far as I'm concerned.
I can feel Katya actually struggling, like, damn, I am
I am sweating right now.
You're like, I can hear the gears in her brain ticking, and she's like, yes! Get in!
So Saber will just go, well, as you wish. As you see her kind of like walk over to the other side of the bed, and start like arranging the pillows in a way that like creates like a barrier.
It's the first step.
And you see her lie down with no pillow under her head.
Damn it.
Close enough. I'll take it.
Unfortunately, servants don't get benefits from resting. But she, I mean, I'll actually, you know what? I'll say that because like when it comes to like Saber and Kleos, I'll say that because of their shoddy manifestation, they do get benefits from sleeping. I'll say that they gain 1 hit die upon long rest. One whole hit die.
You can use that to heal up to max health.
Yeah.
You know, Jericho, you say that, but Cleos misses as head dies. Doesn't return.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. And so, as the night passes, we enter day, and I'm gonna change the music because it's not appropriate anymore. No. So, welcome to Phase 3.
We did it, guys. We had a whole in-game day.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, all it took was 3 sessions.
I mean, hey,
3 sessions equals 1 day.
it doesn't get as worse as like Mitros or Clive that took like 5 sessions a piece to get like through a day.
I feel like 5 sessions is very optimistic when referring to Micro
Yep.
and Clive. But, so, it is now December 22, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. So, I will ask, is everyone going to honor Katya's request to head over to the Church of St. Lucius?
Sure, let's see what the religious.
I've
nutcases
never
are.
heard of this.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure Katya shared it through the group chat of what the.
Yeah.
What
Oh,
the
Yes, he
about.
shared it through group chat.
Yeah,
Well-
most people. But
Yeah, but
I just asked again, basically, at before splitting up.
at everyone. Hey guys, let's go check out the.
All of you to assume Katya's phone is capable of, like, those functions.
Leon already said he'd be down, so he gets ready early in the morning to head out.
Yeah.
I think unlike last time when you found Ivan sleeping, this dude's fucking twitching in his sleep.
Yeah.
I'm fine with the meetup.
Okay. So yeah, like how do people like, cause fucking yeah, like Marvin and Leon probably would have been asleep by the time well no they wouldn't have. But yeah, you kind of wake up and you do kind of see Ivan just like basically just having like fucking nightmares, like night terrors. Uh,
I presume Archer is over him, right?
yeah, Archer is trying to like, when like Archer is looking at him, but like she's also like trying her best not to like, forcibly wake him up. She's a very gentle person when it comes to that.
Marvin would like whisper to Archer, be like, "Is there anything I can do to help him? What happened? Does he ask this often?"
Well, to tell you the truth, this is the second time I've actually even seen him asleep. So I'm not sure if this happens often per se, but
in my experience, waking up to a familiar sound or smell tends to make the process of waking up a little bit more gentle, so to speak.
Just plays like the opening sound of Devil May Cry 5.
yeah,
That's gonna be that generic like cartoon morning music. What's it called? Leon will look at Archer and say, "Can you think of any smell or sound that you think would be calming to him?"
she thinks about it. As Ivan, you calmly wake up to the soundbite of Psh, Devil May Cry.
Okay. Not what I expected. Sure.
He would definitely wake up, firstly, like with a jolt from the nightmare, but secondly, just be like, he would like look around looking for his laptop, like, and controller, just on instinct.
Welcome to... What do people actually say when people go, like, come... Because I constantly say, welcome awake, but I know that's, like, not real.
I mean,
like, that's
welcome
not
back to the world of the living.
Good morning.
It depends.
All right.
In English, I would say morning, but in Dutch, we say just tomorrow. It's stupid, but tomorrow and morning are the same thing. So we just say tomorrow.
I feel like if anything, that would freak me the fuck out, because I'm like, wait, what do you mean? Did I sleep a whole day?
I do think, considering Raiko's Japanese background, she might like use like the traditional wake up there from there.
I mean, I don't think she'd say that to Ivan, who is a British person.
He's spoken Japanese before.
It doesn't mean shit.
Like,
if you're like, like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't think I would like risk. Like, I feel like anyone who's like a secondary Japanese speaker would still kind of confused. Like.
That makes it funnier. Oh well, whatever. I think the best way to describe it is just it's like probably just good morning. There's no other way to really say this.
But yeah, so like good morning, Master. I'm sorry that you seem to have a poor sleep, but we're getting ready to head off to the Church of St. Lucius.
Ivan pauses for a second and just like. Understood. I'll get myself ready. He looks down, sees that he's still wearing his entire ensemble as per usual. Never mind. And I think I will just take a quick shower before Ivan looks around. Never mind. Just
yeah. There's no fucking shower in this fucking house.
Morning.
Oh wait, no, wait, no. There is a shower.
There is a shower, right?
Yeah, but
like
it's very
like,
small. I think you'd break your neck if you try to take a shower in here, Ivan, specifically.
Yeah, I also think that assumedly this place kind of looks a little dingy. So he would look at the
yeah.
bathroom, be like, and you remember like the whole thing about the kicking the toilet to flush, right? I think
Yeah.
he would look in and be like, internally he'd be like, nope.
Yeah. Fair enough, though.
Well,
So,
it'd be like that sometimes.
Ivan, are you alright? Seems like you had a rough night.
Yeah,
Ivan pauses for
Go ahead.
Ivan pauses for a second and just sort of says, "Haven't really. I don't have good sleep in general. That's why I tend to avoid it." He just like sort of pauses.
You came back pretty late last night. Are you sure everything's alright?
Wait, where am I? He like looks around.
Well, that tells me everything I need to know. You didn't get attacked by a dead apostle, did you?
No, not yet. No, trust me. If I ever or was in a scenario that a dead apostle had somehow managed to infect me, I would either deal with the curse myself by removing it from my body, or I would call Antonio to dispatch me immediately.
You don't seem like the type who would pass out drunk, so
Can't even drink.
Yeah, at least
exactly.
at least it's without very few options.
Like, no pressure, but we're here if you need to talk. At least I am.
Ivan's just like, I think I haven't had enough of talking for a while.
That's fine.
Well,
Oh,
unless you tell
he
me
just like
otherwise.
brushes himself off. He
Unless-
sort of brushes himself off, like looks around. And just like, he checks his phone to see if he's gotten a fucking text back.
What's it called? I don't remember what you actually. Oh yeah. So what you would have gotten a text back is a thumbs up emoji, a clock emoji, and a that one emoji of like the face like putting like a finger up, like like shush. I'm gonna say the emoji thing runs in the family. Like,
It probably does. Wait. So could you repeat that?
thumbs up emoji, clock emoji, shush emoji.
Oh, it's did I message him too late? Just like internally thinking like, is this what everybody else thinks? It's
Yeah.
what I said this.
Here you go. Oh damn it! It doesn't fucking sound. Hold on. What if I just like? Can I just like copy? I can't, can I? Oh no, I can. There we go.
Yeah, you can just send it. I've done it before.
But
It
yeah.
Just like 3 question marks. Sends it back. Wait, when was this like text sent back?
I would have said like probably during phase 2, so like 6 a.m. maybe. But yeah, so everyone will make their way to the Church of Saint Lucius. I will ask, Katya, are you making any like prior preparations? Actually, roll me a D100, Katya.
Kate, I will also request that we end the session before we actually get to St. Lucius.
That's fine. So with that over 50, you will see that Saber will have ended up like rolling up over the pillows onto your side of the bed.
Yeah.
Kind of very kind of like soundly asleep, and like you wake up before she does.
I could hear IRL Katya like screaming internally.
Yeah, I pause for a moment. Then get out of bed.
Mm-hmm.
Pretend nothing happened.
Are you making any preparations before you go off?
Death Ward on myself and then Death Ward on Saber.
Okay.
After she wakes up.
Yeah. So, I will say, we will end the session very soon. However, I do want to leave it off on a cliffhanger. Because as you kind of like make your way to this very like grand sort of like hold on. Yeah, this very like sort of like grand cathedral. Because fucking a lot of New York cathedrals are just really big and grand. Probably not normally as grand as this one, but hey, it's the only map I have. As you kind of like, you know, start to meet up, you know, you decide, hey, all right, let's, you know, like let's get ready to head inside. Right at the entrance here. Jay, you step through. Katya, you step through. Leon, you step through. Marvin, you step through. You all, well, it's more of Saber and Kleos because the rest of the servants aren't, you know, manifested. But you see Saber and Kleos kind of start to walk, and as they both fall on their like backs.
Mhm.
Oh, what was that?
Wait,
Kleos kind of like
On
gets
the
up.
field.
what about Ivan?
What? Hold on. Kind of like you kind of see them like kind of like boom 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 boom. And you see Ryder manifest. Master, it's the curse user that plays the spell on that clown! As he kind of like punches seemingly the air, but you see like kind of like boom boom boom. As Ivan, when you step through, can you make me a strength saving throw?
Oh fuck. I don't have good strength.
Yeah, so
Damn.
which side of your which arm is not chimera'd again?
Honestly, both of them are.
Okay, so you kind of like get your head through and your chest as you kind of like see Ivan mostly get through, and then just start like
What the frig is going
As-
on?
you see Ivan just like fall face flat like into like the fucking water here.
I
As
can't
Ivan-
see the map. It's just grayed out for me.
Oh, can you not see the map?
Works for me.
Okay, down. But yeah.
No, it's just gray.
Oh,
I
damn.
see your health bars.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
you need
you,
to reload, Jay.
Reload.
Yeah, you might need to reload, but yeah, like Ivan, you're able to still kind of move. I will say, you can use an action to remake the strength save basically anytime you want. However, so long as you fail, your movement speed is 5 feet. And Katya, as you try to exit, you just kind of can.
Okay, this isn't a trap then. Thank God.
Jay. Okay. Ooh, this is nice. Also, Jay looking at it, see like, wait a second. We in a church. He can't get through. He is a damn fear. He's a damn fear for real. He can't come in without being invited, but it's weird.
Capster will kind of like notice your thing, and like as he materializes, saying, well, maybe that's true, but that's not really enough evidence, Jay. As you can see, boom, 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 kind of like knocks against something. kind of takes his like staff and tries to like push it through, and it's just like as like he lets it go, and it just like flies across the fucking like sidewalk. Yeah, it's like we're stuck.
Ivan like pauses for a second, and wait. Can Ivan like? I think could Ivan just like try and identify what kind of bounded field this is, because this is definitely a bounded field.
You can.
So it's like hallowed ground, so spirits and undead shenanigery can't get through. So I guess that counts for you guys.
You can roll me an Arcana. And actually, Archer. So you can tell that at the very least you're not sure what this sort of bounded field is. However, you can at the very least kind of guess that it's some sort of
repels phantasmal beings.
Anti-mystery. Yeah. Essentially, yeah, repels phantasmal beings. And, you kind of see Archer fondle her brow a bit, but kind of shake her head like she can't really figure this one out, but you see that she's kind of connecting some dots. But, as you all stand here befuddled, that is where we will unfortunately end the session.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were gonna hit us with like a squad of the knights coming in, and one of them just straight up looked like Gawain. That would be insane.
I do find it kind of funny that Jay's still guessing. We've got Leon and Marvin who are like, oh, okay, that's happening. And then there's Katya who's like fully aware of the situation, is like, oh, that's fucking why.
This poor fucking kid.
Like Jay, he's got the right answer, but the wrong way of going about it. He thinks, oh, this is hallowed ground. He can't. Spirits and undeads can't get in here.
But hey, you know, it be like that sometimes. I mean, hopefully this doesn't mean that we're gonna get ambushed and unable to call upon our servants, right?
Hopefully not.
That'd be crazy.
Totally.
Hopefully that won't mean that Ivan can enter in a moment and then need a strength save to get out. Good luck.
What kind of dungeon master would do that to you?
You and me.
It'd be a pretty dick move, you know.
Okay. Shall we end off the session?
Yeah. Well, you know, for those of you who stuck around and are watching this, thank you for for being able to withstand our shenanigans. Like, subscribe, share the video around with your friends who like D&D and the Fate series, or that just like the Fate series, or that just like D&D but want to get into the Fate series. You know, anyone is appreciated. We will see you guys in the next episode of Fate Eternal Wait.
Bye bye.
Till next time. Later.
Bye bye.